Okay, so Yujiro Hanma was announced as the last character of the Tekken 8 Season 3 Battle Pass of the battles. I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, let's just knock some stuff out of the park before we get into mechanics. First off, cosmetics. I don't know how this guy is going to look. I don't know what his 3D model is going to look like. His render looks nothing like any other Tekken 8 render ever, so his 3D model is probably going to look really weird. The weirder the better, honestly. Second off, this dude obviously needs his demon back. Because, yeah, as for when the demon back will be revealed, I don't know. I'm gonna guess his shirt is gonna tear if you wear his normal costume, but if you wear like a custom t-shirt, or like anything that is his normal costume, it won't rip, kind of like Paul or Clive with their special effects. As for voice, I'm assuming Japanese, blah blah blah. Of course, another thing about Yujiro is who he should interact with, character-wise, like, you know, special intros and outros. Now, personally, I always think that, like, every character should have special intros and outros per character, you know, like Mortal Kombat, but Tekken isn't one of that. But if we want a quick list, all the Mishimas, Fakrum Ram, Fang Wei, and probably some other characters I'm not thinking about, maybe Lydia or something, I don't know. He probably would interact with a lot of the cast, not gonna lie. And he's probably gonna insult every single one of them. And of course, a lot of these characters would talk back, because that's pretty in nature for Tekken characters. They're not nearly as scared of Yujiro as any Baki character would be. Of course, as for customization, like character customization, I'm assuming that they're just gonna let Yujiro rock almost anything. I'm going to assume that his hair and eyes won't be able to be changed, or his eyebrows, assuming it has any.
Bruh.
I forget, I'm stupid. You can't change their shape, but maybe you could change the color of his hair, and that's about it. Probably can't give him a tan, maybe, we'll see. But I think they'll let Yujiro rock anything, which honestly will be pretty funny. Like, pink Yujiro. That'd be great, actually. Okay, let's actually just get into mechanics. Let's start with stuff that I don't want. I do not want Yujiro Hanma to be another Rushdown stance character. We already have so many Rushdown stance characters. Now someone would say, oh, but Yujiro is a Rushdown type person in his show. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. He likes to rush in, punch first, punch hard, and then just destroy you. Which is fine, I think. But I am not really into the idea of him having a demon back stance where everything just goes into demon back, and then you take a guess, and then you explode. You know, I do not want Yujiro to go to, oh, I have Demon 2, which is a power crush that fully homing, that is a guard break, that breaks armor, that engages heat, that tornadoes, that launches on normal. Okay, well that dude talks. Let me tell you guys that I appreciate your support on my videos. Trust me, I'm going to be making more Tekken videos, alright? So stay tuned for that. Now back to the video. Do every single little thing that you could want a move to do, because that would not be fun. Another thing that I don't want Yujiro to be is a super baby easy character. And what do I mean by baby easy? I mean a character where you just press buttons and things just happen. Yujiro has been in fighting games before, a couple that I know of. He was in Fighting Fury for the PS2, and oh, I might mispronounce this. Garoden, Break Blow, Twist of Fists. Hopefully I said that right. Now in Break Blow, I don't know anything about it, so let's not talk about that. But in Fighting Fury, there are motion inputs, like quarter circles, half circles, I don't know what else, because I didn't get the game. So what I'm hoping for is that Yujiro has some amount of execution. I hope that he's not just press buttons, things just happen, strings do everything for you type of modern Tekken character, because I'm kind of sick of those. I really am sick of those kinds of characters. Not gonna lie. Even though I play Fakrum Ram now because I'm bored and he's cool. So yeah, I'm hoping Yujiro has at least a bit of execution involved with doing his cool stuff. Now let's talk about some things that I do want for Yujiro. So, just as background information, Yujiro Hanma has mastered all martial arts. that we know of. This actually is kind of hard to design for a fighting game, because now the question is, what kinds of moves should Yujiro use? And I'm just going to leave that answer to Bandai Namco, because they're the ones designing the move list. However, there is a cool way they can implement his mastery of martial arts, and it already exists in Tekken. In Tekken 4, Yoshimitsu can copy one of your opponent's moves. Instead of Flash like knocking you down or putting you in a crumple state like you're used to in other Tekkens, instead, Flash would steal the opponent's current move. Now what moves he can steal is a bit limited. Yoshimitsu can copy launchers, strings, if I'm not mistaken. He can copy a couple of grabs, sadly. He can copy stances, etc, etc. He can copy a lot of things. So, this kind of idea already exists. You can turn into a parry. Maybe if Yujiro does a parry, he sees the opponent's move, says it's funny, and then if you press parry again, he gets the move itself. So he can dish it back out to you. Now someone could say, what would happen if he copied electric? Would he just have a frame 11 launcher? And to that I say, probably. They probably should not just give him a frame 11 launcher if he copies electric. But honestly, considering that parries aren't good in this game, I wouldn't complain if he had a strong parry. Another way for Yujiro to demonstrate his mastery of martial arts is to give him every move in the game. You know, like Jin. Jin has every single move in the game, I swear. So maybe Yujiro could have every move in the game. And that includes a full throw game. Please give me a full throw game. If you don't know, the last character to be given a full throw game in Tekken was Dragunov. Coincidentally, the last character in the franchise to be given a basic attack reversal type parry was also Dragunov. And somehow, that gets more and more sad the more you think about it. As for combos, assuming Demon Back is a normal stance that you can just enter, or like the stance he enters where he has two arms above his head, those can be used in combos. I'm okay with that. I think Yujiro's combos shouldn't be like too long, I hope, and by that I mean don't have too many cinematics in them. I think it'd be cool if Yujiro juggled you with a bunch of very powerful hits, you know, to emphasize his power. And another way to emphasize his power is to not make him too string based. Don't give him too many strings, you know, like classic Kazuya. Kazuya used to not rely too much on strings. He was a very one-hit type of character. One hit for this, one hit for that. I think Yujiro's power and strength would be exemplified more if he didn't rely too much on strings. As for unique mechanics, I don't really know what kind of unique mechanics you could give him that would exemplify his strength, because we already have that. We have guard breaks, we have armor breakers. I don't know what else you could give him theoretically, but I think one other good way you can demonstrate his strength is, of course, plus frames. Maybe instead of just being a typical rushdown barrage of attacks type of character, he has a barrage of plus frames. So, you know, think Negan, Dragunov to an extent, Brian to an extent. You know, just characters where they hit you once, they make you block once, and you just, like, there's just so many plus frames. I think that would be a good way to make his attacks feel powerful without making him like a string-based character. While I think Bandai Namco would definitely be able to come up with animations better than me, there's some simple stuff that I think they could do. Like this could be his run animation. This would be a very cool back throw, actually, pretty similar to Fakum Ram's. This nunchuck sequence thing, I don't know what to call it, it's just cartoon logic. I don't even know how you can implement this. Like, I guess you could have the characters stretch out like a cartoon, but I mean, that might look a little too weird. But if they could implement this somehow as like either a throw or like a hit grab or whatever, I'd be pretty impressed, not gonna lie. Now let's quickly go over some realistic things that I think will happen with this character mechanically. For one, I do think they will make him very well-rounded, just like most modern Tekken characters, like ever. I think how they will try to demonstrate his strength is just by making him have higher damage numbers on punishes. Like, his 10-frame punish will probably do a lot of damage and cause a knockdown, probably. All of his stuff will wall splat. He'll have good punishment all around. He'll have good reach. They'll probably just give him a boatload of damage. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he had a basic hit grab combo ender that did like 500 damage. You know, like Noctis 444. Which does a ton of damage, has great Okizeme, and has a side switch. You know, I would not be surprised if they gave Yujiro something like that. because they obviously want to simplify characters. They're probably going to design him for Baki fans, and I don't know how many Baki fans even like play Tekken or any fighting games. Now, Tekken fans obviously wanted a Baki character, so they got Yujiro because Bandai Namco loves their villains. So maybe they'll still give Yujiro some difficult stuff, like, I don't know, maybe for his basic hit grab of death, he would have to do a half circle or a quarter circle, but I'm not sure. If you ask me, they're probably going to make him a stance rushdown character with a bunch of strings who, you know, just does everything in a few buttons, which would be unfortunate if you ask me, because like I said, I'm tired of that archetype. But I think that'd be the most realistic thing to expect with Yujiro, and he probably have some unique gimmick that I'm just not prepared for. It would also not surprise me at all if they just gave him multiple god buttons. Like, you know what I mean. Tracking, safe, mid, boss blats. That might just actually, you know what, not be safe. They're actually fucking plus on block because screw you. Screw you and your defense. As for movement, I bet he will have just average movement. I don't see him getting a good Korean backdash unless every character got better KBDs, because Tekken 8 just hates backdashes, I guess. He'll probably have tracking lows that like somehow just like clip you from 180 degrees behind him, because you know that'd be fun, right? Yeah. You can tell I still hate Bandai Namco despite all this. But I wanted to say this stuff to be realistic. And I think that realistically, he is going to be a toxic Tekken 8 character. Probably one that people will enjoy playing. I'll probably enjoy playing it if I do buy the Season 3 pass. If I like decide to get that, I keep playing the game. I mean, they had a good patch. Makes the game slightly more enticing. They just need more good patches. So, that's why I'm telling you all this. I'm telling you all this so that you guys can keep your expectations reasonably in check. I'm excited. I think Yujiro is a cool character overall. I think Baki is pretty funny. It has its moments. Some stupid stuff, but it has its moments. And for anyone wondering, yes, I do think Yujiro fits Tekken perfectly. This is a character people have been wanting forever. This character's all about martial arts, and that's what Tekken is technically about. And, you know, Fang and Fakum Ram are based on Baki characters. So, you know, I think it'd be perfect. I think it's a match made in heaven. You know, like the other fighting game guests, like Akuma and Geese. Now the real question is if Bandai Namco will pull a Kratos and just nerf a bunch of victory animations on Yujiro out of pure favoritism. I hope not.